All right, guys. How are we doing? Everything good? What's going on?
I found this napkin with some ominous text.
What?
Oh my god.
What is it?
I think it's a clue.
To the
Yeah,
room.
you check it out. Check it out.
Okay. Oh, that's fun. That S is a question mark.
That's a nice detail. Whoever did that.
Yeah.
There's a little blood in it. Batman episode? That's
It's,
right.
oh my! It's the Batman episode.
Ah, bat.
Rob Bat. We're back this week to talk about the latest Batman movie to hit the screen.
The Batman.
The Batman. This one's the only one with the in it. And
Yeah.
talk about self-explain to it. We're gonna waste no time. We're jumping right into our spoiler-free. If you want to skip to spoilers, just skip like 3 minutes or so.
To this timestamp. We're not putting up. No, I don't want you
Oh,
to.
you don't want me? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just a joke.
This is a joke.
Batman.
So-
Everyone's seen the origin at this point. We're like, oh, Bruce Wayne's parents get shot, blah, 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 blah. Trains to be a ninja, comes back, and Batman.
We don't need to see it.
We don't need to see it. Joker, we don't need to see it. Joker, we're moving on. This Batman, this raw Batman, has been Batman for 2 years now. Just beating the crap out of some random thugs. But then, a Riddler comes afoot. This is the first costume villain to make an appearance in Gotham that really sets the alarms on everyone going, oh, is Batman like a good thing for Gotham? And that's the real question. Is Batman a good thing or not?
Seems to be the theme of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theme of most Batman media.
Not the Joker.
Not the Joker.
Joker was like, what
Joker
if the
was like,
Joker's-
what if it was the best Joker movie of all time?
What if it was the only Joker movie of all time?
Oh, looks like we're both right.
Anyways, throughout Gotham City is a character in and of itself. They really drive home the point that Gotham sucks. You do not want to live in Gotham. If you currently
everyone's corrupt. Everything's broken. Batman will beat your kneecaps in if you are a little rambunctious on the subway.
a little too loud after 12:30 p.m.,
He'll kill you. He
Yeah.
won't though, but he won't kill you.
he won't. The hospital bill will though. That's for sure. The characters on top of Gotham, we got ourselves a new Batman. Newest Batman in like 5 years. What is this? The third one or something like that?
Yeah.
I
no,
was
they're really
getting
cranking
so
out Batman.
tired of not having a new Batman. I was waiting for it. You know,
Yeah, you
it's
were
just like it's like what's something you got to keep updated? You know, and current.
Your iOS.
It's like your iOS update. You know, you're like, I don't want to do it, but you go into your settings and you click download and stuff. You even gotta make storage. You know, I had to erase Ben Affleck from my.
I was just about to say Ben Affleck.
I don't know
What are
who
you
the
doing?
that is. I only know his name. That's my one curse word.
Yeah, I have to
For the
censor
show.
it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
censor
They have one F-bomb in this movie. We won't tell you where, but it's really
It's-
it's like in the first 5
It's
minutes.
not. And what didn't feel worth it?
It wasn't worth it. He's just like Batman, more like man, get out of here.
He goes, Batman? Fuck. Which honestly would have been way more worth
Jackson, what do you think would have been the better use of the F word in the Batman movie?
Oh.
That's the one you'd use. It doesn't
That's
give
not
us
a
any
good F-bomb,
context.
man.
Give it any context.
Oh, are you asking my good F-bomb?
Yeah, like what you'd use in the movie.
Oh, when Batman dies. Oh, yeah, that was a sad
You
part.
can't
And he goes,
spoil the fuck.
I'm dying.
Instead of it
what-
just being a super emotional, raw moment where Robert Pattinson is just dying on screen in real life because they shot him with a gun.
He's method.
I
Yeah,
wish
no.
they just let him go, fuck, this hurts.
Commissioner Gordon runs like, Batman, is everything okay? I got shot. What do you think? Speaking of Commissioner Gordon, we got ourselves a new one. Good cop.
Good
Cop.
He's an all-around good cop. Is Commissioner Gordon ever like a bad cop?
Almost never, but
Yeah.
it's nice to see him like just being a good guy.
It's nice to see a good cop. you know?
Yeah.
It's just nice to see a good
I
guy.
can't say anything
Mhm.
because spoilers. Sorry, I had a
When
thought.
Batman dies.
Yeah, when Batman dies.
That
And
happens.
Commissioner Gordon was like, I'm the good cop, baby.
Not anymore, baby.
Bing bang. But Batman isn't the only costume crime fighter we have in this film. No, we get Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. Although she's never referred to as Catwoman in this.
But
She
she
really
owns
likes
a lot of
cats.
cats.
She
Mhm.
has multiple. And she also says, I got 9 lives, baby, implying that she's a cat. I don't know. It was a
And
little
I don't know
subtle.
if you also
subtle
saw her
nod.
mask, Jackson, but it has cat ears on it. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure
all
if you picked
subtle
up on
nods
that
to
one.
her being Catwoman. It was
Oh,
kind of like a
very
blink.
subtle. Especially
of
when she like
blink.
climbs stuff like a cat too. And
She also went meow Batman, me and
Uh-huh.
Catwoman.
Especially when her name was Selena, and that's the name of Cat. It was kind of like, if you're a true DC fan, you'll
Oh, it's a reference to
You
Catwoman.
might know that that's Catwoman.
And with Robert Pattinson being Batman for 2 years, you get like subtle references. This is not the first time these two characters have interacted. And that's how most of these situations go besides the Riddler. A lot of these characters, you just get thrown into it.
Yeah.
But with a character with a mythos like Batman, you don't need to waste too much time going, is that really the Penguin? It's just like, oh, can't drop him anymore. He said, you, Patton Oswald.
Oswald.
Beats the crap out of him. I didn't like you in Ratatouille. We have Penguin, which is different than any other one we saw. Not as Danny DeVito, but Colin Farrell does a good job.
No, he was. I love the accent.
No, he's good.
He was like, hey, I'm the whole shebang.
But
You
he's
know?
not the only villain.
No.
The Penguin? I wouldn't even call him a villain in this one.
He's my minor
He's a
inconvenience.
Yeah,
Bad person for sure.
bad person, but like not like.
The film definitely juggles quite a few villains.
Mhm.
I'd say pretty well.
But they don't really have Spider-Man 3 this one, if you catch my drift. But the main villain we have to talk about, Paul Dano's the Riddler.
The Riddler.
No R, they took it out.
Yeah.
He already has the one for Riddle, but
He wasn't green.
Don't get greedy.
he was green.
He was more
He
like.
was more
Olive,
like a
tactical.
army green.
Yeah, it was-
Like not army.
He
though.
wasn't
It was
like
a-
Jim Carrey Riddler is what I'm saying, you know?
So not good.
No,
Yeah.
I'd
exactly.
like to see a bit more. I have some questions.
The
for
question
you.
mark came.
Yeah, like I think that's way.
I
more
just
fun.
skinned this man alive. Now let's see if you know how to drive.
I
What
definitely
is
think
this?
he played the crazy role very well.
Oh, definitely.
There's moments in
Very
this
well.
movie where you're like, I am very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's horror elements to this, like Zodiac, Saw movies. It's like, oh,
I
this
feel
is
like
not normal.
It's hard to compare because before we get into spoilers, I feel like it's hard to compare this one to like even like The Dark Knight because I feel like they're like kind of different genres in a way. Like this one was definitely like
crime noir.
crime.
It's crime
noir.
noir. You stop
Crime
wanting to
noir.
win, people.
Yeah, but crime noir and it's also like a murder mystery, you know. And then like The Dark Knight is just like there's a Batman movie.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah, it's like that's a Batman movie.
Yeah.
But this one was it was kind of its own thing. I liked it.
And you get like, if you like Bruce Wayne, might not be your movie because you get like 5 minutes of Bruce Wayne.
Brain time. I'm just-
Brain time.
It is 12:30 a.m.
We
for everyone
just
watching.
watched the
We
movie.
just watched the movie.
And we're a little
Friday night.
loopy. But
Quirky girl hours.
what do we think mainly about Robert Pattinson? Oh my god. What do we think about this new Batman? I think as
I think
Batman.
it's terrible. I just.
Oh, okay. I thought it was really interesting to see, like, Jim Gordon, you're like the only cop I trust, but I know that all the cops aren't terrible. We got to figure out which ones are good and solve this mystery together.
Mhm.
And then when someone's like, hey, you can't be here, he just stares at them, gives them the little Batman glare. They did that a couple times.
They got a lot of those like classic Batman like.
I'm
Moments.
scary Batman, and everyone
like-
is scared of Batman.
Let's talk about one thing before we jump into spoilers. The freaking action in this movie.
Gotta kiss that.
Why's it gotta be a butthole? Oh, for all of you looking at home. Now I have to censor it.
Great.
No, the action is so. This is the best Batman action.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah?
I'd say so. He doesn't kill people, which is
That's for
always
sure.
bonus.
Ben Affleck's
Ah.
flawless Batman violence did
Kills
kill
five
five
Yeah,
guys.
no, I was gonna say I don't think anything could top that one like Ben Affleck scene where just
Doors are created into
yeah,
his head.
doors are
just
created
explodes.
Explodes like that for me is
That's
top.
pretty cool.
Maybe it's not so like Batman character like, but it was sick.
Yeah.
I loved watching.
There's so many cool uses of the gadgets, grappling hooks, and all that. He will fire them through people's shoulders and trip them. Arkham games, all of it. This is so fun to watch. It is 3 hours though.
It's
It is 3 hours.
Keep that in mind.
Definitely dragged on in a couple of places. I'm sure we'll talk about them.
Don't eat a bat zoni before you watch, or you will have a riddle in your tummy. I'll tell you that much. What do we give this? Out of 5 bat signals.
Why would we not give it 5 bat zonies? Come on.
Out of 5 bat zonies stapled onto a lamp.
Onto a lamp. Oh, can we Photoshop
It's
that?
rainy too. Yeah,
Soggy.
it's a soggy bat
Soggy
zoni. I'm gonna give this a 4.8.
That's much
That's
higher
kinda
than I
high.
was thinking.
Really?
I was gonna give it a 4.2.
I thought it was really good. That's low, man.
It's
It's
an
an
84.
Yeah.
Jinx, you owe
Look,
me
look.
oral sex.
It was.
I broke him with
Don't
that one.
don't get me wrong. It was a good movie. I just feel like there were a lot of like inconsistencies.
Yeah.
And just like things that could have been done better.
4.6.
4.6.
Yeah, because I would give it higher, but it dragged on.
It's a
too
3-hour
much.
movie.
It's a 3-hour movie.
But what I was thinking at the end of this is like, I could do one of these every 2 years. This is such it's a palate cleanser. It's
Yeah.
not nonstop action. There are actual parts in the plot where you're like, oh, it's going this way. And then they do throw something at you. You're like, I was not expecting that. Huh.
Drop into spoilers.
I think it's about time we drop into spoilers. Where do you want to start with spoilers?
When Batman dies.
Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite part of the film.
No, there's not like that much like
Let's talk about the
stuff I need to like
No,
drop.
why don't we just talk about like the overarching plot? Because I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of our reviews don't actually
Review the
The plot.
entirety of the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
why
We
do
just
you
talk
review
about
the entire
Sure.
movie
We
when you could just watch it.
Parts we like.
Right,
Yeah,
and then we
but-
tell people to go watch it.
Oh, okay, fine.
But
We're not
I just-
summarizing the whole 3 hours.
think
I
we are.
still think we should
Let's
talk
talk
about
about the
the
riddles,
important
though.
parts.
Let's talk about
I
the
think the
riddles.
riddles
I
aren't
think
good.
all the riddles were very not fun, but engaging, intense, and a little confusing.
A little murdery. Gotta get that carpet tool.
I wasn't a big
Yeah,
fan
that
of the
did-
cipher.
Didn't make a lot of sense to me.
It felt like
When
It's FNAF lore, right?
it felt like either FNAF lore or in Marvel movies when they're like, we need to rewire the mainframe to hack the robots, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It's the same thing. They're like, well, you know, we got the cipher here, and Alfred's just gonna figure it out.
really
I
quick
did
and
like
boom. And I was
when Alfred thought he was doing it one way. He's like, I figured out most of the letters. He's like, get rid of all of them except for the ones we know, and then it just gives the next clue.
Yeah, I liked how he was like, oh, could you just do that? And then the computer screen was like, beep, boop, boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop, boop.
the Batman,
Bruce Wayne.
he kind of knew like literally everything in this movie.
He was very smart.
Except when he was like, the penguin has wings. That was the only time when
He didn't
They
know
kept
everything.
blue balling us with who the bird was.
Yeah.
Who did Amber?
Well, El Rat. I also thought that was weird. Why did he just suddenly switch to Spanish in his riddles? He was just like, I need to be a little bit more like culturally sensitive. I'm gonna make a Spanish riddle.
I want to talk about the tech in this movie. Batman, modern age Batman. This is like current day, right? He's got cool technology. He's got a squirrel suit, which
It makes way more sense than a cape that doesn't have like
For
the
sure.
scaffolding behind
For
it.
sure.
But that was very obviously his first time using
but
it.
it looked a
which was
little
funny.
it looked a little interesting.
Did you not like the design of it?
No.
I think that it probably was his first time using it, and so he
I
just like,
thought
bought
they
like a
were gonna give
skydiving
him-
suit off Amazon. You know what I mean? Like it looked like just like a black like scroll
I
suit.
think the next Batman
But-
song we get, if we get a sequel, is going to be like it built in.
Probably.
But my point is like I really appreciated how like grunge the tech was in this. It's kind of like Star Wars-y, you know, where it's like, oh, that's futuristic tech, like that's stuff we don't have, but it's still like plausible, and you could still like see that.
being
Like a
built in the
laser
next
gun.
5 to 10 years.
Right, like a laser gun. But I mean like the look of all the things. Like it looks like you could like just take parts and just like build like his suit even looked like that, you know? Speaking of, so convenient to be bulletproof as Batman.
I know.
So
If
convenient.
he
got
wasn't
shot
bulletproof,
so
he would have
many
died like
times.
20 times.
How soon do you think he learned that lesson into being?
That
Oh, in like
first
the
night.
first week.
First night, he was like, oh god, that
It
hurt.
was the same like skeleton crew beating up some guy. You stop right there. Ah!
Yeah. He was out for the
I
count.
have no Kevlar in this thing.
Very convenient battering on his chest.
I like
It's
it.
a makeshift batarang. He doesn't use. He doesn't use.
He
a
doesn't
single one
use
in
it
the
as a
movie,
batarang,
But like,
yeah.
I think I
He
like
did
how
use it though.
I did like how he like uses it as like to cut through things.
I like how he cut off the thing, got electrocuted, fell into the water, and then just immediately got up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I think
plot
that
armor.
if I were Batman, I would have thrown the batarang at the thing.
And then it comes back and like.
Because you have plot armor, so it will cut off the electrical thing, and then just use your grapple gun to slowly lower down. You don't have to fall,
Oh
man.
man! Imagine if you
have to
just.
do that.
What are you doing? This. I missed. I missed.
It comes around.
Sorry,
and misses
going.
again.
Comes back, misses twice.
But that was pretty dangerous. I think way more people should have died in this movie.
Mm-hmm. And we don't know how many died.
No,
we mainly
but-
focus on the action, but
It didn't. It looked like a lot should have.
we don't want to sound morbid. Not enough people. You know what I mean?
The whole city was flooded. How are they gonna fix this?
What a nice third act too. I was piecing it together, and when he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you'll be safe here," I was like, "Oh, so
I-
voice is
I
high."
kept looking over at you in the movie, and you had your mask on, obviously, but like the mask just kept like going like.
Just
I
like
figured
stretching
it
as
out-
you
I
like
figured it out
excited
as
with
it
the
happened.
plot. Yeah.
Because I was like, that tool doesn't make sense to be like a wood shaver. And then when he's like, "Oh, it's a carpet tool," it's like, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah.
There's a carpet.
I thought that the people that the Riddler was like, now it's on you guys. I thought that they were just gonna like mass murder everyone in that stadium.
Oh,
me
can we
too.
talk about
I'm
that?
surprised that's what they did.
What they did with the Riddler and making him like this dark web influencer.
Yeah.
It not only was it like chilling, it's something that could like legitimately
I'm
happen.
surprised.
I feel like instances have definitely happened that have been.
Or like at least like planning
But, like,
and people were able to stop it beforehand.
I'm almost worried that this might incite something. I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm obviously very hopeful it doesn't.
But
well,
I
the
feel like
Joker didn't inspire any clown
That's true.
dancers.
But also, like, this one is like very relevant and very like plausible. The Joker was like at least set a little bit back in time.
And it also wasn't a good movie.
And also, what no one went and saw it, so you know. But I'm just hoping that no one looks at this and goes, "I could do that. Oh, I could do that."
People in our theater were like laughing when this one cop is like, "Oh, he's got like 500 followers," and we were all kind of like, "Oh, that's not a lot." But when they walk over to the screen, and you see it's not like YouTube or anything. It's like this
it's
deep,
like a
dark web.
Like, there shouldn't even be 500 people.
Yeah.
on there in the first
and
place.
you're like,
and
"Oh,
they
they
all follow
found him.
And then you realize like the comments are like, "What kind of rifle? What gauge?"
We
You're like,
found the masks. We'll meet you
"Oh,
there." And they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
No, I was reading those throughout that whole scene, and I was like, that doesn't look like it looked almost like a Twitch chat, like supporting a streamer at first. But then I was like, oh, they're going.
they're doing
Like, they're
this."
doing it with him.
And I mean,
Crazy.
it was good because he was, and I mentioned this before, he was a villain that his motives weren't all bad.
Yeah.
Not he.
I would say like overall his motives were good. I just think he went in a very different way
Of achieving
It's
that.
very similar to like Eric Killmonger's villain, which is why he's also such a compelling villain because you're like, he's fighting for a good cause.
But,
Isn't
yeah,
the
this guy
answer?
pointed out that the Riddler was like, every single person I'm killing is extremely corrupt, every single one, and everyone was like,
Yeah, so you see
Yeah.
people like throughout
Like they got
Gotham
like
going
the
like,
signs,
yeah,
like
no
no more
more
lies.
lies.
And he's
Yeah.
kind of like a foil to Batman because they grew up in the same way. Their difference is that
I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
When the Riddler talks to Batman in the interrogation scene, do you think he figured it out? Or do you think he was
I
just
don't
talking
know.
about Bruce Wayne? Because
I
I think he
wasn't
was
sure.
f***ing with him. I think he did figure it out.
I feel like he did too.
I feel like he couldn't because then he's in a cell with Joker.
Joker shows up.
Oh, Joker shows up.
Shows up, baby.
If he knew, he'd totally tell Joker, and then that'd ruin everything. I think he didn't know, and that was like unintentional, but Batman was still thinking like, oh fuck, he knows it's me.
They might have done like a Vulture thing where he like does know. He's like, if I like, he wants to be the one to kill him, so he's not going to tell anyone.
Oh, maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I was just like, he was messing with Bruce Wayne. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
It seemed like he was messing with
Yeah.
him for sure.
and like saying like, do you know what it's like to be an orphan? Do you like saying like you're Bruce Wayne? And then he was like, it's one we didn't get.
when we didn't get, you're like,
And then
oh,
the music stops, and you're like, oh, okay, we're good.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at that point you're like,
They're-
security.
That's similar to how we all felt when Alfred found the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
He was on the hospital. Like, oh, he's fine.
Oh yeah, it's
Lot
like
of-
okay,
lot of
he's
moments
not
like that.
dead immediately. He's not dead. Like that's just.
Do
how
we
it
think this movie sets up any bigger picture
A
things?
sequel?
Well, definitely a sequel, but also in terms of like a Robin maybe in the future. Do you think anything like any expanded Batman characters down the line?
2 comic book Easter eggs. There's a bunch. I'll just tell you the 2 that I caught. The one reporter that was following the Wayne's secret thing, his last name was Elliot, and his son in the comics plays Hush. And then when the Riddler's like revealing that, there's a big old white Hush over the screen that he writes. That's a reference to, because that's the dude who has,
Dude, calm down.
sorry. He's a dude who like changes, like plastically changes his face to look like different people and then wraps bandages around his face so no one really knows his identity until the end. And then another one was when at the end when Catwoman was like, I'll go to Bloodhaven. That's where Nightwing is a superhero. But it doesn't seem like he has a Robin or anything yet.
Right.
Well, yeah, definitely not yet. That little kid kind of seemed like he might be Robin like
That's-
one day. I don't know.
well,
Maybe not though.
Maybe not.
yeah, no, because isn't
I think it was
the
just
first
supposed to
Robin
be a
is
parallel, but,
Dick
I mean-
Grayson and yeah, so
Hopefully we don't get another.
It was
Yeah.
just supposed to be something to tug at his, you know.
Tagging his nuts.
All in all, what a freaking film.
Good movie.
Any final comments? Any final complaints? I think I got a couple. I think just in terms of dragging things on too long, any scene with a car dragged on too long. The chase sequence on the freeway specifically was too long. because it was like at that point
It-
had already been going on
It
for
did
so long.
feel like they really
then-
stretched out driving on the freeway,
Yeah.
where you were really only going.
It was
in
like
one
they were
direction.
just driving.
on the
They could have
freeway.
just gone like the one crossover and then he gets stuck and
Yeah,
then causes
yeah.
the pile up. But
It
there's
didn't
like
be that long.
a minute.
And then like at the end of the movie when they showed us the entire drive of them driving from the graveyard like
Yeah.
out and then away from each other, I was like the movie was over. There was nothing else that was going to be revealed at that point. I was ready to walk away. I didn't need it. Like that's when you start to notice it, you know? It's like when you're like, okay,
When you gotta pee.
it's done. It's done. The movie's done. I didn't have to pee, dude. You went pee.
I-
We didn't pee.
I-
You pissed.
I peed. I'm the piddler.
Sorry.
What about you, Jackson? Any complaints?
I mean, other than the ones that I've already talked about, probably just like it rained a lot in the movie.
Not in
Just-
the theater though.
I mean, like I get that it's
Just the
not in the
movie
theater,
itself.
just in the movie.
What the fuck?
I think
fire.
I mean, I get that Gotham's probably like this tropical area, you know, getting all this rain.
Well,
yeah.
they're surrounded by water.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I guess it
makes
makes sense.
sense.
I'm just like, okay, yeah, and also towards the beginning, he was just too edgy. It seemed like forced edginess. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm vengeance.
I kind of like the
I was vibing with it though.
like the narration he has throughout. Like he knows he can't stop all the crime, but the
Yeah.
fact that people know he's out there,
Mhm.
they think they'll get stopped. So you see like the spray
I
bombers like run
love
away,
that opening
and then like the one
sequence.
guy's like, I can't
Yeah.
rob this place,
It was just like showing like how we were like, where's it gonna be? Where's it gonna be? Like,
and then he
we
shows
were
up at the
almost there,
third
right?
one.
yeah, that
You
was
know,
cool.
you know what I just thought about? Another addition to the foil between the Riddler and Batman when
Mhm.
they unmask the guy at the end, and he's like, "Who are you? I'm vengeance."
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to say at the end, it was such a rewarding thing to see all those like degenerates just get their shit rocked.
Oh,
by
yeah.
Batman. Every punch.
What about all that glass that fell on all the
No,
people?
I wish
Are
we had
they
one guy
okay?
like kind of look up and like look up and like skewer.
I
Just-
thought they had like evacuated that area because it started flooding.
No, I'm
No,
talking about
there
the
are people all
Riddler's
down.
Riddler on the top.
Oh no, I was talking about the people down below. There was definitely a pile.
There was
of
one or
people
two who
down
were just
there.
like,
yeah.
well, my hand's gone.
Yeah, there was a dramatic entrance for sure.
But we don't get to see that. So,
Nope.
out of sight, out of mind, baby.
Yeah. I think the visuals in this movie, and I think just like, it's nice to see a director's choice in a movie. Like No Way Home was good, but you don't have a Spider-Man lighting a flare and that being your only focal point of light as you guide the people out. Like that was such a good, it was so good, and it's so like visually like,
Great
Like,
job, Matt
And it was a
Reeves.
great like choice he had
Mhm.
of like I could beat up more of these Riddler guys, or I can save everyone in Gotham.
Yeah.
And he chooses Gotham over like vengeance, and it shows he's becoming more of a Batman.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought that the directing and in terms of like the sound design was really good. The
All
lighting
of it,
was very
all
good.
of it.
It was just all around like very artistic choices, but not
In your face and
Pretentious.
annoying. Right. Because that's what I was so worried about. I told Jackson this. I was not excited to see this movie because I thought it was going to be that.
I was
thought it was
worried
going to
you
be
weren't
so
gonna like it.
pretentious and like.
I made a film that really speaks to me. Shut up, Matt Reeves.
Yeah, Matt Reeves with that hypothetical discussion. Shut the hell up.
So true.
So true. You said it right the first time.
You said it right the first time.
We totally didn't have to restart the camera
Nope,
in
not at
between
all.
that.
But overall, I'm gonna hit you with one final question. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a biggie. Is this the best Batman?
Nope. Sorry, I was quick to say that. I still think Dark Knight's better.
I don't know.
I got time to sit on it.
Got it.
But the fact that I'm like pondering, I think I might need to watch Dark Knight again, and I think I need to watch this one again.
I
for
think
sure.
there's more
There's
clues
so
because
much we missed. So
I'm
much.
sure we see like a glimpse of the Riddler in that corner room
Mhm.
that we did not see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because when they reveal that he's been there, they do such a good job tracing back to locations
Mhm.
and like rewarding
fun.
you for
It's
watching
fun.
it.
So everyone who's watched it the second time is like, it was 10 times better the second time through. So I'll probably watch it sometime in the next
I
month.
probably won't
I need
watch
a
it
a
again.
moment of break. I can't. But Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out March 22nd on Blu-ray.
Speaking of break, weird time to throw that out. Like you kind of hindered my transition, but great news for all the behind the scenes stuff. We'll probably give like a short little snippet in one of our videos when it comes out. Speaking of break, we're taking a break next week. A little break, not too long, just 1 week.
I thought it was 2 weeks.
No,
Just 1 week.
just calm down.
Because we got.
We got Turning
Turning
Red,
Red.
the
Oh,
following
true,
week,
that's a good point.
and depending on what we talk about then, possibly, no promises, 50 Shades Darker the
Oh.
following week for episode 69, of
Oh,
course,
Of course.
for the
Classic.
sex number.
It's for
Yeah.
the sex number.
But we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see. But
All due
anyways, you all have a great rest of your dark night, and bats all folk.
Have a bat-tastic day.
Bat you later.
Just